recording. Okay, so we are moving on to carcinogenesis. What do you notice about the 6 boxes on the slide? No? Cancer formation, what do we realize? Okay? Your lifestyle, exposure, your occupation, radiation, intake of chemicals, no? Exposure to preservatives, viruses, even sexual practices and diet can lead to cancer. So, multifactorial, lahat sa paligid mo can lead to cancer. Okay? So, di ba, ang galing ni God. Kasi God is good. He blessed us with our governor of the cell cycle and our guardian of the genome. Pero, pag siya yung nasira, and that is the most common form of cancer, recessive mutation, it can lead to tumor progression. So, tayo rin ang may dahilan kung bakit tayo sometimes can develop cancer. Although sometimes it can be also hereditary. Okay? So here would show you that everything around you can cause cancer. Excessive exposure to all of this may cause cancer, no? Especially anong pinag-iinitan ang smoking. Why? Because they say that smoking releases 10 quadrillion free radicals per cigarette. Exage ba yan? Ewan natin, no? Malay mo, no? So, radiation, smoking, pollution are the external sources of your free radical that can cause damage to DNA. But internally, metabolism, hypermetabolism, and inflammation can also lead to free radical formation, which also destroys your DNA. Okay? So ito madali na lang. I will not dwell on it too much. Reading class na lang yan kung mangyayari. No? Just to note that there are different occupational risk factors and the different specific cancers that they form. Lung cancer is not only the lung cancer. Tobacco is not only leading to lung cancer, but can also cause pancreatic, bladder, and renal cancer. And it is mainly due to the many known carcinogens found in tobacco smoke. Particularly what? No? Hazardous compounds in cigarette smoke is nicotine, nitrosamines, benzenes, aromatic amines, acetaldehyde, butadiene, acrolein, and polyaromatics. Yan, nakikita rin yan sa mga plastics and other processed products. No? So, there. Ito naman, multiple partners, unsafe sex, ano ang pinaka-nakakatakot is the human papillomavirus. And we come across that earlier, no? So, your nitrates, preservatives, a lot of salt, and low vitamin A, C, E in yellow-green vegetables can lead to GI cancers. Just to note, ano yung mga top cancer-causing foods? Anything that's processed. Kasi mataas ang nitrates, no? So, let us try to shy away from the instants and go more natural in our food intake, no? So, wag laging-lagi, araw-araw kumakain ng french fries, wag lagi-laging kumakain ng pizza, ng bacon, no? Okay, these are all processed, containing a lot of nitrates. High fat, low fiber, low calcium, and a lot of fried foods leads to lipid peroxidation. Okay? Tobacco and something else also is a problem. No? Tobacco, masama na nga. Samahan mo pa siya ng chemicals and other substances can also lead to lung and GICA. Okay? So, moving on. What are the 3 main categories of carcinogen metabolism? You have chemical carcinogens, physical, and viral carcinogens. No? All right. And you have to note that cancer have different stages: primary exposure, transformation, cancer growth, and frank cancer. So the primary exposure is not so deadly naman, no? Please take note that the initiation phase requires 1 round of cell division and you have the capacity to repair. Diba? So pag na-repair, na-correct, hindi naman siya magli-lead to cancer. Okay? Okay lang yan. Ina-initiate lang siya, hindi pa siya napopromote, no? Ang problem is, if normal cells are exposed to carcinogens, these carcinogens can be 2 things. They can be direct acting or indirect acting. Ano ba yung direct acting carcinogens? Yun talagang alam mo, papatay siya, no? makaka-cause siya ng cancer. Indirect acting, ito nakakatakot kasi slowly, a chronic exposure to this can lead to cancer. Ano yung mga yon? Paano nangyayari po yan, Doc? Okay? Anything synthetic that enters your body or is not part of your body is metabolized where? What organ is used for metabolism and finally detoxification? Okay, your liver, no? Anong special enzyme sa liver? There's a family of enzymes present in the liver. It's your cytochrome P450. Okay? Example, when you take in medications, di ba? Yung gamot ba na ininom nyo will work 24 hours? Hindi, di ba? May bisa lang siya. It's because your liver detoxifies it using the cytochrome P450. Okay? Pero, so that's the real job of the liver to detoxify. Pero ano nangyayari? If some pro-carcinogens enter your body and it gets detoxified, dapat acted upon by cytochrome P450 in your liver, instead of it being inactivated, it becomes an ultimate carcinogen. So yun ang tawag nating indirect acting carcinogen. Nakakatakot pala, Doc? Yes, nakakatakot siya. Kasi instead of being inactivated, it becomes an ultimate carcinogen. Okay? After initiation, you move on to promotion. Promoters are not carcinogens. Take note of this, ha? Why? Because if you stop exposure to promoters, it is reversible, dose-dependent and time-dependent, pwede mong ma-reverse or ma-stop yung progression ng cancer. Okay? So, sample na lang. These are direct-acting carcinogens. I hope some of you are familiar with these drugs. They are actually your, what? Chemotherapeutic drugs. Okay? Di ba panggamot siya ng cancer? Kaya nga given siya in cycles alone because you cannot afford giving it in long periods of time because in itself, it can cause direct DNA damage. Okay? So, eto rin. These are your pro-carcinogens. They are not cancerous, but when they enter our body, it becomes activated into an ultimate carcinogen. Okay? And one of those are the polyaromatic hydrocarbons and nitrosamines that we find in what? Synthetic foods. Okay? Ito PAH, pinaka-common na lang, yung burnt meat, yung barbecued meat na sunog na taba ng ano. So, tapos kinakain nyo pa kasi crispy, crunchy. Di ba ang sarap? Sausaw mo sa suka na maanghang. Oh, yun siya, no? So, it is also a known pro-carcinogen. Okay? Ano naman yung promoter? Are promoters carcinogenic? Ano sabi natin kanina? No, no? But they can promote and pag tumigil ka sa exposure, pwedeng hindi niya ma-promote yung initiated cells. Okay? These are examples, saccharin, cyclamates, estrogen, and diethylstilbestrol. Oh, pinaka-familiar, estrogen. Your female sex hormones promote the growth of cancer cells. Kaya nga, breast cancer is more common in females than in male. And also your ovarian cancer. Diethylstilbestrol is the synthetic estrogen that you give, no? Oh, what about saccharin and cyclamates? These are the artificial sweeteners. So, pagka alam mo may family history ka ng cancer, tapos panay kang umiinom ng artificial sweeteners with cyclamates and saccharin, it will promote cancer progression. Pero yung sinasabi nila, ay cancer, nakaka-cancer yan. Hindi naman siya nakaka-cancer. Pero pag meron ka ng history, it can promote it. Okay? So those are based on the current studies, no? Physical carcinogenesis. This is radiation-induced mutation, no? Okay. So, ano ba yung nakakatakot? Kasi, lalo na sa Pilipinas, no, we are very much exposed to sunlight, UV light, and even X-rays. Diagnostic imaging is harmful also. So, ano ang pinaka dapat na-filter ng ozone natin, ang UVA, B, and C, and which is the most nakaka-damaging? It's your UVB. Okay? Dapat it's filtered by the ozone layer, but di ba, sabi nga natin, our ozone gets very, very thin and already, and all the UV light gets to penetrate already the our atmosphere. Okay? So, it leads now to squamous cell CA, basal cell CA, and melanocarcinoma. So, what do you think is the protective mechanism of human beings and animals? Their fur and their melanin. Hindi naman tayo ma-fur, pero ma-melanin tayo. Meron ba sa inyo mabuhok? Sobrang mabuhok naman, no? So, ano tayo? Melanin, no? So if you're exposed to a very tropical country, you have to have high melanin production so that you have protection against the UV rays of the sun. Okay? Kaya ang Caucasians is more prone to develop skin cancer. Kaya tayo, anong ginagawa natin? Sunblock to the max, di ba? Okay. What about ionizing radiation? You only need to be exposed to diagnostic imaging when it is justified to request it. What am I saying? Pag hindi kailangan ma-X-ray, hindi kailangan ma-CT scan, and there are other ways to diagnose, please do the other ways. Kasi exposure to these types of radiation can lead to different forms of cancer, particularly leukemia, thyroid, and breast cancer. Okay? So, medyo nakakatakot siya. Class, baka FYI nyo ha, yung CT scan left and right is also damaging. Okay? Because hindi naman siya equivalent, di siya apple-to-apple comparison, but one cranial CT scan is equal to 50 times an abdominal or chest x-ray. Imaginein mo, ikaw ba na-x-ray ka ng 50 times in your life? Parang hindi naman, di ba? O, damaging siya. Tapos magpapati-CT scan ka ng multiple times. Okay? So unless the need for it is well justified, we don't encourage the use of too much radiation exposure. Okay? All right. So what are the causes of your physical carcinogenesis? There's DNA damage, particularly what? Formation of pyrimidine dimers, formation of apurinic and apyrimidinic sites, and definitely elimination of the bases, and then formation of cross-linking or double-strand breaks in your DNA. Okay? So there. That's a summary. Okay, just run down on that in your asynchronous studies. Okay. Moving on to viral oncogenes class, no? So ito yung sabi natin, you have viruses containing oncogenic proteins, no? They're cancerous proteins. So ito yung pinamemorize ko kanina sa inyo, yung code natin. Okay lang sa simian vacuolating virus, it's a DNA virus that has the large T-cell antigen that destroys both the PRB and P53. Pansinin mo, ang DNA viruses destroys tumor suppressor genes. Okay? Particularly, adenovirus has the E1A protein and the E1B protein. E1A destroys P53 and E1A destroys PRB and E1B destroys P53. Your human papillomavirus has the E7 and E6 proteins that destroys PRB and P53 respectively. Okay? So, there. So, class, pag nasira, ito na lang, best example. P53, what's the real function? It regulates the activity of E2F. Okay? P53 is bound to E2F, therefore, it is not active all the time. Okay? But if your PRB is bound and attached to the virus proteins, it will cause now the release of E2F to be active every time, all the time. No? So that now is the one that leads to the regulation of the E2F activity and leads to tumor progression. Okay? This is the most common DNA virus, the human papillomavirus, no? That leads to cervical cancer, genital warts. Okay lang yung mga lower strain, HPV 6, 1, no, 2. Pero yung higher strains, the known strains that are really cancerous is HPV 16 and 18. Okay? How does that happen? This is the viral genome. And ano yung pinaka nakakatakot na sinasabi natin? E6 and E7, sila yung pumapatay sa tumor suppressor genes. Meron silang regulators. It's the E2 and the E1 protein. E2 inhibits E6, E1 inhibits E7. But if your E2 and E1 is not expressed, it leads now to overexpression of E6 and E7 genes to become proteins that, ano yung ini-inhibit ulit ni E6 protein class? P53. Tapos si E7, papatayin niya si PRB. So pag may overexpression ito, magkakos na sa cancer. And these are the most common, the cervical, vaginal, vulvar, and anogenital cancer. Yan siya. Okay? So medyo nakakatakot siya. Okay, and this is how do we contract this? How do we get this? Multiple sex partners. Even if you say that you are loyal, no? Exclusively one partner. Paano yung partner mo? Baka hindi siya, 'di ba, loyal. So, yun ang nakakaloko. We have many cases like that. That it's the wife or the partner that is having only one single partner who develops cancer because of the multiple partners of the husband or vice versa. Okay? What about another DNA virus, Epstein-Barr virus? Epstein-Barr virus leads to Burkitt's lymphoma, B-cell Hodgkin's lymphoma, and nasopharyngeal carcinoma. What is the tropism of this virus? In CD21 cells, which are actually your B cells and your epithelial cells. What is so special about the virus? It can lead to immortalization because it has EBNA1 and EBNA2 proteins and the latent membrane protein 1 that causes what? Immortalization of your epithelial cells that leads to nasopharyngeal cancer. Okay? Yan siya. Okay, another virus, DNA virus, is your hepatitis virus. Hepatitis B has HBx that causes hepatocyte injury, and HBx activated protein kinase C that causes transformation of your hepatocytes. Okay? Okay. Punta naman po tayo sa RNA. RNA viruses, best example. Anong alam yung RNA virus? HIV virus. Very good, no? So it is a retrovirus. Ano ibig sabihin ng retrovirus?
Reverse transcriptase.
Very good, no? So Joshua said that it is the reverse transcription, no? That your virus can make use of the machinery of the host to synthesize RNA to DNA, okay? And then multiply, okay? So the most common, hindi HIV ang pinaka-common na cancer virus, no? Among the RNA viruses, it is your human T-cell leukemia virus. It is also retrovirus that has tropism at CD4 cells. Bakit siya cancerous? It contains the TAX protein. TAX means transactivator from the X gene region, and it causes T-cell proliferation. Okay? So that's the TAX protein. So this is now the table associating the different viruses with your types of neoplasm. Okay. Yan. Ito class ang pinaka-summary ng viruses. So please take note of the difference, ha? Sino ang, you know the names, no? Retroviruses ang RNA and adenopapilloma and simian vacuolating virus and the papovavirus is DNA. Sino ang papatay dun sa cell? Mas mabilis na pumatay, which is normally lytic. Pag pumasok siya, papatayin niya agad ang cell. It is your DNA viruses. Kasi, di ba, stress natin, retroviruses would use the machinery of the host cell. So, ang stupid naman niya, kung papatayin niya yung cell, doon nga siya mabubuhay, gagamitin niya yung machinery. So, they are non-lytic. Papatayin lang niya indirectly pag dumami na siya. Naget niyo? So, non-lytic ang RNA viruses, no? And take note, what's the main difference? DNA viruses destroy tumor suppressor genes, whereas DNA viruses convert proto-oncogenes to active oncogenes. So, what is the main difference? Ito yung lagi kong sinasabi, taon-taon na lang. What is D is not D. What is R is not R. Naget nyo? Again, DNA viruses destroy tumor suppressor genes. So, anong type of mutation ang meron yun?
Recessive.
Recessive mutation. So, yung D, hindi D. Baka malito kayo. Pag RNA virus, anong ginagawa niya? Ina-activate niya conversion of proto-oncogene to oncogene. So, what type of mutation is that?
Dominant.
Dominant. Okay? So, huwag kayong malito doon na magkabaliktad siya. Okay? Alright?